Video we're going to look at how to tame the Noglins. So these are the awesome dinos Wildcard has actually offered onto the maps, and these are one of the new dinos that actually spawned. So how do you tame them? Lots of people have videos on how to tame them, but I can tell you something, it's all clickbait. There is a particular way on how to actually tame them, and I'm going to show you all that today. Everything you'll need to know from spawn locations and how you actually get these babies tamed up, it's going to be shown in this video. So stay tuned, watch everything. There's a cloning machine right here, and that's for a reason. I'm going to show you all whether you can actually clone these babies, what actually happens when they attach to any of your dinos. These dinos actually make mind control happen. So you would get a timer, and I'm gonna show you all a preview on all of that. So firstly, how do you tame them? So I have a wild captured, and this is basically what you can do with them. So if you go into the inventory and you engage a brain hunt, it automatically makes you walk around and you can actually take over any of the dinos' bodies. Obviously if it's not a friendly, but right now there's friendlies all here. So we're gonna take this dino in a bit. First I want to show you all how you can actually use these dinos. So basically they do not mate, so let me just throw that in there. Now this is the problem. So if you come and you go into your behavior, there is no mate, yet you still get that bar on the hearts where it can mate, but these unfortunately cannot mate. They don't have the feature on them. So what we're trying to do is now let's try to maybe clone them and see if whether that works, because I have tried it. Unfortunately it does not. So I've tried it with the snow owl as well. You know, the little glitch where you can actually freeze it and then go onto the cloning chamber. None of that works. You can't even clone this. So what can you actually do with this dino? So you might want to put your tame on passive, and if you want to mind control it, you want to take it out of, you want to unclaim it. This is now unclaimed, it's passive, so it's not going to aggro. So you go in the back of this. Usually it comes up with brain, engage brain hunt, but if it doesn't, this is how you do it. So you run up to any of the wild tames, and all you do is you latch onto them, just like this. So now you can take control of any dino that you want. It's wild, like any of the wild dinos, it all works. So now we're going to try and clone this, right? So your mind control lasts on tamed creatures that's unclaimed for about 1 minute or 2 minutes. So in order to actually clone it, we're going to jump off it. Now obviously it's taken over one of our dinos that's unclaimed. Can we clone it? No, we cannot. So this is the other problem with it. Hopefully Wildcard would fix it. So any of the dinos that you do latch onto cannot be cloned. So even if you get a wild, or even if you get someone else's dino and you want to clone it, it's not going to happen. This mind control works that way. So I'm just gonna leave this in base, and we're gonna show you on a wild how to tame it and exactly where these guys do spawn. So in order to actually unhinge it from your dino, it most of the time kills your dino. So if you have to do it, because this is a tame, it doesn't eat it. But I will take it and go right now, and let's have a look at what it does to a wild. So as you can see, there's a bar on your screen that has like across here. You can attack, you can actually mind control anything that you place it on. I have tested it out. So if a dino is on low HP, so I'm going to show you all that now, it cannot latch onto it. So this is the safest way to get around the map without these things latching onto your brain. So for example, As you can see, these spinos, it's green. Once it turns green, you can latch onto it, right? But I want these dinos to do damage to... There you can see the health bar, right? That health bar shows you that you cannot latch onto it. It's too low on health. So this is what it is. This actually tells you the health on the dinos as it's raising. Once it becomes to a level that you can latch on, as you can see, it's raising up pretty fast. Once it gets to a level that you can latch on, it will automatically turn green and you'll be able to latch onto it. There you go. I can now latch onto this. So how do you actually latch on? There's many ways to actually latch on. So first I'm going to show you all the latch on. You can, this is an invalid target, so this will cause damage to your pet. So basically you can also only attach yourself to big dinos or medium-sized dinos, not small dinos. So I'm going to show you all this quick. So for example, this also will be an invalid target because it's too small. You cannot latch onto this. A bigger target would be ideal. As you all saw, this will turn green on the crossbar. And we can now either throw it onto that and it's automatically tamed. As I said, wild creatures tend to give you a 5-minute... Oh man, why you want to attack my player? So these give you a 5-minute usage on the dinos that you actually mind control. So once you actually fill the bar on the wild dinos, you cannot move it. So that's a bit of a problem as well, a bit buggy. So you can attach a saddle to it, and if you have another tribe mate, that tribe mate can actually control your dino into anyone's base while you sit on it, and you can obviously use a tech gun, which is quite cool. So I like that part where you can actually get your tribe mate to control the dino while you shoot in. For example, a tech stego, you're going into a wall and you can shoot while your other tribe mate actually steals the dino. So this is quite cool about this, the Noglin. So I'm just going to remove it. The moment I remove it, it's going to kill the dino. It eats it up. So this happens to all wild. So with that said, let's go and try and tame this. I'm also going to show you the spawn sites on how to actually get a Noglin. So as you can see, this here is the lair. I'm going to take you in now quick. This is the lair for the Gen 2 boss fight, and if you go inside here, it gets kind of laggy at the beginning. There's a lag spike, but once you go in, that's where you fight boss. So as you come out of this area, there's the coords on the map. That's exactly where it is. It's at 52 or 51 and 25. So if you come straight down here, you should be able to find a lot of wild Noglins. So we're going to just take a quick check. As you can see, I got a itchy doing a bit of damage there. We're going to take a quick check and see whether we can spot one. If we cannot spot one, I already have one in a cage, so we're going to test it out right there. So this is the area on which they spawn. You would see them running on the map. They're quite small, so they do have a blink, a kind of pink glare to them, so you would see their eyes a bit pinkish. That's how you actually find them. So they'll be around that area right there. So I'm gonna just leave this tame quickly, and then I'm gonna show you all the wild and how to actually tame it. So many of the people actually showcast, and they are admins, so I would say they practically either force taming it. Well, I really don't know, but unfortunately Wildcard has not modified the map enough to actually tame this, unfortunately. So with that said, I'm going to show you how to actually get the taming bar once this glitch is fixed. So this is actually quite a cool spot for a solo. Kind of like it. It's nice and small. The unfortunate part is you cannot put turrets down here. So this is also, I would say, another wildcard issue. They should sort this out. I was building a huge ass death wall here, but it kind of got broken down. I couldn't build here because this is such an awesome spot to build, but you cannot place turrets. There's my death wall that was coming up. So let's get back to the Noglin. So I do have a wild right here. There's a few little tricks on how to get it stuck in a box, and I'll show you all that right now. So for example, there's a little guy here. He's not going to latch onto me because he's stuck in the build. This is also another glitch. So how do we actually get him stuck onto me? Problem is we don't. So how do you actually tame these guys? When they get stuck to your head, they're not going to tame. The tame bar does not come if they get stuck to you. But how they actually tame is, you got to throw out a dino. Something that has a saddle. So as you can see, I haven't upgraded this. They do suck the health out of the dinos that you drop down. So once it's stuck in a box, actually before it's stuck in a box, I need to show you all this, because this is actually a new idea on how to actually get smaller dinos in a cage. It works with this very small dinos. Let me take you all through, and I'll come back to this. So it's kind of a trick that I actually found out. It's completely mine. It's not even anywhere on YouTube right now. So you want to use a net gun, right? Say for example, if you do trank something, for example, I'm just going to go and trank any small dino. So say for example, I want to trank this. Why isn't the trank setting in? Okay, there we go. So once it's tranked, you cannot do anything, right? I'm going to use a grapple hook quick. You cannot pick this up, no matter how much you try. So how would you actually get into a taming pen? There's a little trick to it. So what you want to do is you want to use a net gun. So you net it. Once it's netted, now you can grapple it. Oh well, I guess it's not supposed to be sleeping. Hold up. Let's try it with this. So you want to net it, and then you can grapple it. So you can take it to a taming box. As you can see, because it's netted, it's able to move around. But once the net timer is over, it drops. So the moment it comes alive, it drops. So maybe that's a glitch, I'm not too sure, but it's kind of cool that the net gun can actually do that. It may seem possible, reason being is because, I mean, the net is catching onto, the grapple is catching onto the net, so I'm not too sure. So as you can see, this guy's not aggroing on me at the moment, but there is a way on how to make him aggro. And what you want to do is you want to try and get him first. He slows down a minute. Let's try and box him up in the corner here. Let's just wait for him to stop and cool down a bit. He's running all over the place. There we go. So now you can actually trank him. Once he's tranked, the moment he wakes up, he will start aggroing on your dino. So you want to get onto your dino. Now many of the other videos and YouTubers do not show you the taming bar. I'm about to show you all the taming bar. So we obviously thought this can be tamed. Of course, Wildcard needs to sort it out. It is a glitch at the moment. So you cannot tame it as much as everyone says that you can. You cannot tame it at the moment. Remember, the map is still new, so lots of people are trying to get these dinos, and unfortunately no one can. The only way you can is through admin force tame. And so as much as you see the videos on YouTube, no, that's all fake. This is the truth. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to do it 2 times, and you're going to watch the taming bar come on, and it's going to completely go away. So once he wakes up, the moment he wakes up, he will start aggroing onto your dino. Usually he will not, if he's in a box, he will not aggro on anything. It will try and get away from the box. But if you actually aggro it and you actually put it down like that with a trank, automatically when it wakes up, it will aggro. And that's how you get your taming bar. So these are supposed to be in the wild, and you're supposed to run after it, and I'm sure they mind control you as much as they can in order to kill you. It's about to mind control my dino, as you saw that. It's now mind controlling. This is another glitch where your dino actually sends you flying all over the place. But I'm gonna try and get myself out of here quick. So the other glitch with it is that your dino does not pick you up. So as much as he can jump, it's just going to push you all over the box. So I'm just going to cover this so my dino does not get out. So you're quite safe. The moment it gets off, it might aggro on you. So as you can see, I'm going to show you all the taming bar right now. There's the taming bar. If you all saw it, I'm going to try and get it to calm itself down a bit. Okay, there we go, it's stuck. So there's the taming bar. As you can see, 0.8% taming. So that's how you tame it. Unfortunately, this is a glitch. It cannot be tamed, and I'm going to show you all why. The taming bar automatically goes away. It doesn't aggro thereafter. So you've got to keep on tranking this in order for it to aggro. And every time you knock it out, it's gonna take some time before your next taming happens. So as you can see, the taming is dropping completely and it's gone. Now you cannot tame this. So this is a wildcard glitch. It needs to be sorted out. As I showed you all before, you can pick it up the way I said. This dino usually picks up other smaller dinos in its mouth, but watch this. It doesn't. It only bites it. And it aggroes the tame. So you cannot pick it up, but there is a glitch as I showed before, which I'll show again in case anyone missed it. So all small dinos, I kind of figured this out. It's really unique to actually find something this cool, but yeah, I kind of figured it out. So all your small dinos on the map, we're gonna look for one really quick, can be picked up, including that alien dino, the Noglin, that also can be picked up. So if you use your grapple hook, for example, we're going to look for a small dino quick. You're going to think that you can grapple it, right? But no, you cannot. So I'm just going to showcase that quick before I continue. Remember, my tame is safe inside that box. It's not going to aggro on my tame because it's just going to keep trying to run away. So these spiders, I'm not too sure about the spiders. We're going to look for maybe a glowtail. I'm sure we should find one. Oh, they're perfect. We've got a good dino right here. So if we grapple this dino can be picked up, right? But a Noglin cannot. So there's a Noglin right here. So watch this. Oh geez, where did it go? Yeah, there's kind of a lot of bad things here, so I'm gonna try and get it if we can. So basically you cannot grapple the Noglin. There is a way of actually grappling the Noglin, right? So I'm gonna show you all with the wild here. It works for all small dinos. I kind of figured this out. That was actually cool to find out. So this is basically how you're going to get your Noglin inside a box. It attached to my dino again, but the taming is not going to happen. The moment it leaves my dino, it's going to probably attach itself to me. It does that a few times. Okay, it just left my dino. Again, the taming bar. We're going to have a look at it right now. There's the taming bar. It's 0.8 again. 0.8%, and it automatically goes away thereafter. It's supposed to be aggroing and trying to suck onto you and your dino continuously, but it doesn't. So how you want to pick this up? As I said, we're going to try a grapple hook quick. Grapple hook doesn't work, but how do you actually get into a box? Using a net. Once you use a net, you can grapple any small dino that's on the map. No matter how much they try to get away, they're not going to get away until they actually get out of the net. So I'm going to try and net this guy quick. Right, once he's netted, grapple is stuck into him. You can now take this dino and fly around. I think it's actually stuck in the floor. Hold up, let me pick up the floor quick. So you grapple him. There, and now you can move him around. That's basically an easy way on how to get a Noglin into your cage. Once he gets out of that netting, then he's going to automatically drop from your grapple because he's not supposed to be on a grapple. Could be a glitch, but I actually like the fact that this is added into the game. I found it out by chance because I tried to get this guy inside a box and I knocked him out, and he just like didn't want to. I couldn't pick him up with the dino. I couldn't pick him up with anything because he latches onto the dino. The moment he latches onto the dino, he sends you flying off the dino. So there's no chance of picking him up with a griffin or a crocodile or anything of that matter. So this is a cool way of actually getting him. You net him and then you can grapple him and take him to a box. Now once he gets off me, you're going to see there's no taming bar. So once he sucks onto you, there's no taming bar. So it's really pointless. But if he does suck onto your dino, you do get a taming bar. As you can see, no taming bar. Nothing whatsoever. So Wildcard needs to just fix this glitch up. Unfortunately, no one can get this awesome dino. It's amazing what this thing can do. You can actually latch onto a lot of stuff. If Wildcard can also fix the fact that if this thing latches to any one of the dinos that maybe another player has, maybe you can walk into a cloning chamber. That would be absolutely cool. The only way you get a taming on the Noglin is if it attaches to a dino. So the dino's got to be either, well, yours. If it attaches to someone else, you would get the taming bar, but they would get the dino. So I showed you guys what happens with the wild. All wild, if you try to actually get a wild, and if it's mind controlled and you walk that wild onto a cloning chamber, you cannot get the tame on that. You cannot clone it. So no matter what wild, like I was thinking about actually walking one of the new dinos onto a cloning chamber using this, but this guy, he basically, everything that goes into a cloning chamber with this dino attached to it cannot be seen. So the cloning chamber does not recognize it at all. It's kind of like an alien complete species. And I'm going to show you all something really quick again. So we're going to move this onto the cloning chamber. And what you're going to see is you can clone this. But once you unclaim it and you attach that dino to it, it automatically takes that away, which I would say is kind of good but bad also, because if you want to steal someone else's tame and you want to get it cloned, you still can't. It would be cool if you could, so I'm gonna latch this guy. You gotta put your gun away before you can latch. Right, on tames, as I said, you get 2 minutes, but on wild you get 5 minutes. On now let's just check whether you can clone it. It's absolutely invisible.
Nice to be out of the weather.
I tried with the snow, I tried the glitch, I tried cloning this guy, but you just cannot. He doesn't eat a player's tamed dinos, he only eats wild dinos. So if you attach him to any wild dino, it doesn't matter the level, he will eat it. So there's no chance of you thinking you're gonna put it into a pen and tame it. An easy way of taming, like you walk the stuff into a pen and you can trank it. No ways. This guy will eat every single wild that you bring and that you attach to. So that's a bit of a problem as well. I hope Wildcard can fix that as well. Would be cool to walk dinos with this guy attached to it and have him not eat it. So this is my tame. I'm just gonna remove it and I'm gonna claim this dino. He does take damage. So this one here didn't take damage, but usually if he's sitting onto your dino, he does take damage, or anyone else's dino, he does take damage. So the dinos take damage, and yeah, he just gets off with sucking their brain, I guess. If Wildcard can actually fix this where it can actually mate, that would be so cool. I mean, you can see the hearts right there, male and female as well. This is a male and this is a female. It would be awesome to actually breed these, because, I mean, firstly, you cannot clone them. So once you get one, as you saw, you cannot even tame them. So if Wildcard can also fix that, that would be absolutely cool. If you could breed these guys and run them onto like other dinos and stuff, and have like a bunch of them, because right now you cannot. The game is Gen 2 is still new, so I can understand there's a lot of bugs to be fixed. This is one of it, and unfortunately you cannot tame it unless this is admin spawned, which is really sad. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was very informative, and make sure you guys stay tuned for the next video. I'll be taming up maybe one of the new dinos that's on the map. I really like the new dolphin, because that thing's OP. You can actually jump on it, it uses a tech suit. Amazing. So guys, stay tuned for the next video. Hope you'll enjoy this. Take care and goodbye.